everyone, my name is Alicia. I am a dental hygienist and orofacial therapist, and I'm also a Buteyko breathing method coach. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about the Buteyko breathing method and what it is and how it can help. So first, let's think about dysfunctional breathing. Let's think about a day where we're having a really bad day. Stress is high, maybe it's work, maybe it's during a drive. Let's think about what that feels like for us. Let's think about how we breathe in those instances. Oftentimes we're breathing short, shallow breaths, or we're taking big gulps of air trying to get that deep cleansing breath to calm ourselves down. Unfortunately, most of those things are just feeding more into the stress. So what causes us to become dysfunctional breathers? Many things. Things like lack of sleep, insomnia, sleep apnea. Maybe it's constant stress. Maybe it's always being busy, never feeling like we have enough time. It's modern living. We're all affected by this. And a lot of times, breathing is in the back of our mind. It's automatic. We don't take time to assess our breathing. We don't take time to think about our breathing. We're busy checking off lists and getting way more done in a day than we probably are able to, but we get through and we do that. But let's think about our breathing. Let's give a little bit of time to our breathing. Think about breathing as working out, just like working out. Why do we work out? Not always because we love it, not always because we want to, but because we know it's good for us. We know it helps our body restore. It helps our body and our mind to be healthy. It's also a stress reliever for a lot of people. So let's think of breathing in that regard instead and think of it as a discipline, as something we can get better at, something we will strive to always improve. And that changes the mindset a little bit. And that really is where the Buteyko breathing method comes in. So thinking about that and knowing that, what can it help with? It can help improve our sleep. It can help calm the mind and focus on relaxation. It also will help increase blood flow throughout the body and in the mind. And that can be beneficial for a lot of things. There's always a good benefit to having more oxygen going to the brain. We're not going to be as fatigued. We're going to be more resilient to when stressors come to our life. We're going to be more resilient when our bodies are feeling tired and broken down and we are way past due for a vacation. So how does the Buteyko breathing method work? Generally, when I'm working with clients, we have different exercises that can help in different ways. Some of the exercises that we will do with our clients are geared towards relaxation. And this is really an important thing to take time for ourselves to kind of undo what we're stressed about, our daily stresses, our daily lives. We're really taught as we grow up to be critical thinkers. And how much can you accomplish in a day? But who teaches us to turn that off? That's something that we don't really focus on. And that is one thing that Buteyko breathing method can help us do, to clear the mind, to focus on our breath and breathing and get our minds a little break. Other exercises for the Buteyko breathing method will focus more on breath holding and increasing our tolerance to CO2, carbon dioxide. So why do we care about carbon dioxide? Isn't that just something we breathe out? Yeah, it is. It is what we exhale, but it also is what helps the oxygen we breathe in be able to be released in the blood for absorption. So when we're having those bad days and those stressful moments and we start to feel our breath go shallow and short, we're not giving our body much time to absorb that oxygen we're breathing in. If you think about how quickly a fast, quick breath can be, a couple of seconds maybe, that doesn't give us much time for the body to do the gas exchange that's needed to have that oxygen go into the blood. Versus if we're taking low and slow breaths, that air has much more time to do a gas exchange and get that oxygen to our much needed cells. So breathing, sleep, emotions, those are all tied in together. Think about it. When you had a stressful day and all you want to do is crawl into bed and go to sleep, but here we are in bed, mind racing, not going to get any good sleep. And the next day, how's our emotions? Are we feeling at our best? Are we feeling happy? Not often. Sometimes that can lead us to feel stressed, to feel fatigue, to feel exhaustion. And that all can be helped with the Buteyko breathing method. So not only restoring proper breathing as a goal, but it also will help individuals that have breathing trouble. For instance, those that suffer with asthma or COPD, there's exercises that help them. We can also help those struggling with sleep apnea. We do not advocate Buteyko breathing method in replacement of a CPAP or an oral device. It's in conjunction with and to help improve the symptoms. What else can it help with? We can also help those that have panic disorders, high stress, high anxiety, help give them the tools that they need to be able to take control back of their life and really be able to live again, is the best way to say it, without having the fear of panic and the fear of anxiety and feeding into that, to have a way to manage it and calm it down and decrease the instances that may happen. Another thing we advocate with Buteyko breathing method is mouth taping. And you're thinking, what in the world? Why would I tape my mouth? So there's a few instances where we would advocate for this. And of course, we want to use caution when advocating that anybody tape their mouth. So oftentimes we recommend using what we call 3M micropore tape, just paper tape that they often use in hospitals to tape gauze after drawing blood. We can take a slight strip of this over the mouth to train during physical exercises for those that are athletes or trying to improve their performance and endurance. So by taking away the option of breathing through the mouth, it really forces us to maintain nasal breathing. And that really is the entire key of the Buteyko breathing method. We're always breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. The mouth has no function in breathing in the Buteyko breathing method. Now, of course, when we're working out and we're going really hard, there's going to be those instances where we feel like we need to breathe through the mouth. But the goal there would be to try to push to have exclusive nasal breathing. We also use alternative mouth tape for patients to use at nighttime so that we're making sure we're not breathing through the mouth all night. So if we think about how many hours of sleep we get, usually, hopefully, 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So if all day we're being very conscious about breathing through the nose and keeping our lips closed together, what about at night? We're going to breathe then through our mouth for 6 to 8 hours. Oftentimes that can lead to almost what we call a trauma to the body. So breathing through the mouth, we're breathing unfiltered air. We're breathing air that is not warmed and it's not moistened. It's kind of harsh to the lungs. Versus breathing through the nose, our nose has a natural filtration system that helps to slow the air down. It helps to warm and moisten the air. And it also helps to filter out particles and bacteria and virus that should not be there. And that is a key thing right now, especially as we're going through this pandemic time, thinking about keeping ourselves as healthy as possible. So in our nose, we make something that's called nasal nitric oxide. And nasal nitrous oxide is a natural antimicrobial. It helps kill pathogens and things that should not be going into our respiratory tract. Also, nasal nitric oxide is a vasodilator, and it is also a bronchodilator. So we're opening up the lungs, we're opening up the blood. That's going to help us, especially with those with breathing trouble, to have a more fulfilled breath. And also with vasodilation, we're decreasing the incidence of high blood pressure, which can also be a side effect of chronic stress and fatigue. So I hope that helps clear up a little bit more about what the Buteyko breathing method is and piques your interest a little bit to do some research. You can look at the description below for resources that can help you to learn more about the Buteyko breathing method. And of course, I'm open if you have questions or specific things that you'd like to discuss. Thanks, guys. Have a good day and really look at your breathing.